Ready? Perfect.
Kimber.
I've got more challenges to show you, in case you'd like to earn more rip tips.
Get the fuck away from me!
Sam,
What
Sam,
the
you're-
fuck?
Sam,
dude.
Sam,
Get the fuck
escape, man.
away from me!
Sam, you're gonna
Come on,
miss
go
the
escape.
tech.
Oh my god! Get away from me!
I'm hot on your tail, dude. You can't escape.
Where'd you go? What? I can't
your blind
you're
spot.
going too quick. I
I'm in your
can't.
blind spot.
You actually are.
Potential for a
Oh, is
big
it? It's
trip to go
this?
down. Once you get a feel
And then
for
press
skating,
A to jump.
start seeing them everywhere.
Shut up. Shut up. This is fucking ridiculous.
You thought this was normal skate. This is what makes this skate 4 right here.
I hate it.
Yep.
Why? What the fuck?
Holy Jesus.
What the fuck is this? Bruh. What the fuck? This game's trash, dude. I had it, and then I lost it. Oh, I got it. I got it. I cleared like a motherfucker. I landed it!
Oh, dang.
Let's go! Hey guys, Skin Bob Johnson here, the internet's busiest video game nerd. Shout out to Danny Brown. I got a fresh cut. Now I'm looking for the freaks. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This game's ass. I really don't even want to make this video, quite frankly. I mean, I could make a video on Battlefield 6. I could make a video on Age of Empires or like Zero K, 'cause I'm playing a lot of that recently. I got like 18 hours of peak footage that I gotta make something with. Once we get up further, I have a rope. You might be able to do this. Oh wait, there's a Keegan over there. There's a Keegan over on that way.
Took a little tumble off the cliff.
I'm gonna be the first one to the top. See you later, losers.
ほう向かってくるのか
Dude, Doug's gonna...
Oh my god! Help! What the fuck was that?
We're safe. Man, we're safe.
You guys hurt?
We're fine.
Not at all.
Oh my god.
There's two of them! There's two of them!
Dude, that thing...
There's 3 of them!
3 of them.
Alright, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Oh shit! It's gone! Oh my god!
Run, Doug. Doug.
So much pain.
I can't! No one's gonna get me! No! What the fuck? Ow! Oh my god! Ow! Fuck! I'm covered in cactus needles. Help! Take all these thorns off you.
Dude, these tornadoes are relentless.
Yeah, this is
God.
brutal. Oh fuck! Run! 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 Oh my god! What is that? What is that? King's gone! King's gone! He got flung! Oh! Get up! Get up! Get up! Let's get the fuck out of here! Let's get the fuck out of here! Just keep moving! No! I can't breathe! I'll keep a buck with you. Like, I don't want to make this fucking video. I already made a video about the original Skate a few years ago. It's not a very good video. Don't watch it. But my feelings on Skate have stayed pretty much the same since then. Phenomenal game, super unique control scheme, instant success. The entire Skate franchise for the past 3 games has literally just been banger, banger, banger. And, you know, then they just didn't make another one for 15 years for some reason. EA abandoning this franchise has just never sat right with me. I mean, I guess it's on brand for EA because they're really good at making bad business decisions, but it's just never sat right with me. But now, after 15 years, we have a sequel, Skate Period, which I'm going to be calling Skate Period because there's a period in the title. That is how periods work. That's called punctuation. If you didn't want me to call it Skate Period, don't put a period in the title. Skate Period is an online-only, early access, live service video game. And as you can tell by the title, I'm not a fan. I guess we should probably start with the elephants in the room. Skate Period, it isn't a skateboarding game. I mean, it is, but it's not. There's no skate culture in the game at all. There's no professional skaters, no photographers, and almost no actual skateboarding lingo. Now, EA have recently stated that they're going to be adding more skateboarding brands in the future. Probably not for free, though. But having no skate culture in the game is just such a bizarre decision that I don't think was even necessary or advisable. And it's just alienated a bunch of fans who were actual skaters in real life. Speaking of alienating fans, Skate Period has an absolute laundry list of features and game modes that are just missing from the previous skate games, including, but not limited to, death races, photo challenges, video challenges, the skate minigame, Hall of Meat, Burton Street contests, security guards, movable in-game objects actually having physics, which was a cool feature in Skate 2, create a park, truck tuning, finger flips, grab grinds, different kinds of hand plants, dark slides, different clothing styles, jewelry, general wear and tear in your character, and being able to take your shirt off. Now, if half the stuff from this list wasn't in the game, I would understand. I would still be disappointed, but I would understand. You know, it's in early access and whatever. Having none of these features return, as a fan, that's just unacceptable. That's a non-starter. You can't do that. These features are why the previous skate games are so replayable and why the fan base is stuck around for 15 years in between installments. I don't care what the roadmap is or how they're going to add all this stuff back in. Having none of this stuff in the game, day one, that's unacceptable. That's completely unacceptable. Now, despite all the features it's currently missing, they did add a new gameplay feature, parkour. Parkour!
Oh!
Parkour!
What the fuck?
That's right. They added parkour to this game. I don't hate it. I just don't really understand why it's in the game. I mean, parkour is kind of part of skate culture. I mean, I can think of like multiple different Thrasher covers where a guy had to like climb up some random bullshit to get to an area to do a trick from. So there's like a real world example for it. And you do use parkour to get to certain spots in Skate Period. I really would have preferred it if they just brought back death races instead of adding parkour. Like it's kind of cool. I never once had to wall run to get to a spot. Skate Period has also drawn some ire from the fan base for its more cartoony art style. Personally, I don't mind the change, in theory. I think the problem is that this cartoony aesthetic only extends as far as the characters themselves. The HUD isn't overly cartoony, for example, which I think is a missed opportunity. Sam Amsterdam also doesn't come across as cartoony. I mean, it's definitely not realistic or grounded, but it's not like the Hawk's Nest from Rocket Power. It's just a random, boring city. Like, compared to the original games, it feels kind of restrained. Skate 3 starts off in a canyon next to a college campus. Skate 2 has you draining a hydroelectric dam to then do gainers into it. And then Skate 1 has a massive underground tunnel system that ends with a ramp that takes you to an abandoned factory with an invite-only skate park in it. It just feels restrained. Like, it feels like they didn't want to go all out and make things super unrealistic, which doesn't make any sense because all the characters running around look like they're in Sea of Thieves. Speaking of Sam Amsterdam, it fucking sucks. It's the kind of open world that just turns into slop after you've played it for more than a few hours. I think there's multiple reasons for this, but I mean, first and foremost, the map is just too small. I don't know, maybe it's just the size of the buildings, or I don't know, like the camera angle, or like the size of the props, you know, like the cars and the doors and things. But it just feels like the map is so much smaller than the previous games. It's shocking. The map is also split into like 4 districts, which is like, it's just one too many. I gotta look at my notes because we'll get to how fucking boring and lame the actual districts are later, but I can't even remember what they're fucking called. Hedgemont, Gullcrest, Market Mile, and Brick Switch. The districts themselves are too small. Like, you could easily combine Hedgemont and Brick Switch and nobody would care. All the people saying the map is small, we have to remember that unlink most games vertically exist heavily. Just remember that New York is small. What the fuck? New York is not fucking small, you dick. Just remember that New York is small. But they have a lot of people, so they build it. This guy's a bot. He's not fucking real. San Amsterdam is also just way too compact. Every single spot is directly next to another spot. There are some spots that are packed so closely together that you can't even skate from one spot to the other. The parking lot mega ramp thing is a perfect example. It's honestly one of my favorite spots in the game, and the spots in this game are a highlight. I mean, there are positives in this game. Don't worry. There's hope for this game. There's hope, and we'll talk about that later. The problem with this spot is that these massive ramps don't actually go anywhere. You fly off these ramps at 1,000,000 miles per hour directly into the wall of the church next door. There's nowhere to land, no possible line you could pull off where you end up rolling away from it. I mean, technically you can go through this little window, but guess what? You don't land anything in there unless you put a quarter pipe on this little scaffolding and you land it perfectly. The ramp doesn't go anywhere. And that's the mega ramp on the right. The mega ramp on the left, you literally just fly into the wall of the church. There's nowhere to go. But I've seen people clear the church after jumping off this building over here, but you weren't meant to do that. I mean, I'm sure the developers knew you could do that, but I've tried jumping over the church. There's nowhere to fucking land. I've seen one fucking guy on Instagram go to this ramp on the left and then go all the way to the Grabster stage and land it. There's no way the developers intended for you to make that gap. There's absolutely no fucking way. There's this little ramp off to the side of the parking lot on like the 3rd level that takes you to the top of this other roof. And I got really excited because I thought I was like discovering some kind of secret spot or like maybe finding a shortcut. It's an empty roof that they've allowed you to flip trick onto for reasons that I don't really understand. Remember how Old Town in Skate 2 had that huge hill that led you into the seaside skate park? Or how the spillway in Skate 3 branched off to the quarry? Even at like a smaller level, think about how the mega ramp in Skate 1 leads you to the little street section. They even remade the X Games mega ramp in Skate Period, and it just ends at like a quarter pipe on top of this building. Do you see what I'm talking about? Why isn't this going somewhere? Why are we not ending this mega ramp with a little, I don't know, like slalom or a little jump or a little rail that I can take to go to another area of the city? Why isn't this mega ramp ending at, I don't know, the fucking skate park that's like half a block away? The spots in Skate Period have been placed on the map with absolutely zero thought on how they could be strung together. I don't think it helps that San Amsterdam is almost completely flat. Why is that an issue? Well, class, if you remember what I said back in my other skate video.
Listen, one of the huge strengths this game has is its map. It is an incredibly well-designed map. It's like a giant funnel. And the cool thing about this game is, you know, because you're on a skateboard and you're naturally going to go downhill, you're going to organically explore all these different districts just by playing the game.
San Amsterdam, it's not a funnel. It's just an oval. It's literally just an oval. It's a goddamn NASCAR track. Without hills, there's just no variety, no speed, and no way to organically take us from one spot to another. In Skate, the original one, you start off up here in the suburbs. If you want to go downtown without fast traveling, you got to travel through the res. And the res is a giant hill. While you're blitzing through the res, you're discovering all these cool spots, and you're landing all these sick tricks, and before you know it, you've already arrived downtown. Downtown has its own little cool spots and gaps, but if you want to go back to explore the res, you have to fast travel up there, because you can't, skate uphill. It's very difficult. I think Blade said something about that at one point.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
So you fast travel back to the suburbs, but instead of going downtown, you go to Old Town, which takes you to a different part of the res, and you find more cool spots, and you land more sick tricks, and before you know it, now you're in Old Town. It's like going down a slide. And so every time you fast travel back up to the suburbs, you're exploring a different part of the res. You're doing more and more interesting exploration because, you're on a hill, which means you need to constantly be moving, and because you're constantly moving, you can't really hang around and enjoy the scenery, and because you're not being able to hang around and enjoy the scenery, you're always wanting to come back to find a different aspect of it, to find different cool shit to do. And the people who made the game knew this, and they built the entire game around it, and that's why Skate 1 is built on a fucking hill. It wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't just a random decision that was made. It was good game design. And I'm fucking floored that nobody at Full Circle picked up on that. San Vansterdam also suffers from a lack of identity. San Vanalona, the map from the first game, is called that because it is a combination of San Francisco, Barcelona, and Vancouver, 3 cities with huge impacts on the culture of skateboarding. Old Town, with its European architecture, is heavily inspired by Barcelona. The res was inspired by San Francisco. Downtown was inspired by Vancouver. San Vansterdam, by that logic, should be a combination of San Francisco, Vancouver, and Amsterdam. But it's not. There's almost nothing that stands out about San Vansterdam. Certainly nothing that reminds me of the 3 cities that I just mentioned. I mean, I guess the canals could be Amsterdam inspired if you squint. There's a pier. That could be a reference to San Francisco. I don't know, man. I don't see it. Maybe I'm uncultured. I don't know. Or maybe the map is so generic and so bland that it's actually impossible to tell what inspired it. It might have helped if the 4 districts that this map was split into had any kind of theming at all. Like in the previous games. Look, if you're sick of me glazing the OG Skate games, just stop watching the video, because I'm going to keep glazing the OG Skate games. I'm going to be like that guy at the Krispy Kreme factory, just blasting rope all over those donuts. Each district in the old Skate games had their own themes based around what they're named after. Suburbs, bunch of low-density housing. Old Town, old buildings. Downtown, big buildings. But it goes further than that. Have you ever noticed that in the original Skate game, each district has its own color that's reflected on the world map, but then also in the game itself? Have you ever noticed that the res is orange? And this orange tint matches the orange tint that's on the world map. I don't know if it's them using a camera filter or just the tinting of the objects in the buildings, but downtown looks blue, okay? The suburbs look green. Old Town looks gray. None of this is a coincidence. It's good game design. It's artistic intent. Are you falling asleep right now? Are you actually falling asleep during my Skate period early access review? Is that really what's fucking happening right now?
I'm fucking cooked. Talk about the color of the door type shit. For real. English teacher looking head ass. 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
All right, pop quiz, dickhead. That's right. It's game show time, motherfucker. I hope you brought your number 2 pencil, you fucking rat.
Yeah, I like to solve the puzzle. Naked grandma!
Doesn't she have pretty nipples? Pretty dimples there?
Fish love? Sorry.
To help illustrate my point and to make sure you all are paying attention, we're gonna do a little game show. I have at my disposal 4 photos of in-game locations from San Vansterdam. All you have to do is tell me which district each photo takes place in. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds for each photo. Go ahead and post your answers in the comments, you fucking rat, you fucking hypey little bitch. You ready? Let's go. Photo number 1. Was photo number 1 taken in Brixwich, Gullcrest, Hedgemont, or Market Mile? All right, everybody, heads up, pencils down. Show me what you got. Now, you might think that photo number 1 was taken in Brixwich because of all the brick buildings. You'd be wrong. This is Gullcrest. Gullcrest, everybody. Gullcrest. Photo number 2. Okay, that last one was a little tricky, but this one's a layup, all right? You should get this one easy. Was photo number 2 taken in Brixwich, Gullcrest, Hedgemont, or Market Mile? Okay, pencils down, pencils down. Now, a few things prop out in this frame, but most prominently, the foliage. And when you think of foliage, you probably think of bushes. And when you think of bushes, you could make the leap to think of hedges. So maybe this takes place in Hedgemont. But by that same train of thought, look out in the distance. See the palm trees, the ocean. Can't you just hear the soothing, lapping sounds of the waves? We're clearly close to the ocean, and the ocean certainly sounds like somewhere a gull would like to crest, perhaps? Yeah, you'd be wrong. It's Market Mile. It's the Rolling Wave Skate Park at Market Mile. Photo number 3. Okay, this one is unironically the easiest one to get. You need to ace this one. Was photo number 3 taken in Brixwich, Gullcrest, Hedgemont, or Market Mile? So this has to be Gullcrest. There is a pier in frame. The beach is right there. There's a lighthouse off in the distance. They wouldn't have called it Gullcrest if it wasn't on the beach. This is Gullcrest, right? No. You'd be wrong. This is Brixwich, obviously. Photo number 4. Let's just get this over with. Was photo number 4 taken in Brixwich, Gullcrest, Hedgemont, or Market Mile? We've already established that the naming convention of all these districts is fucking stupid and doesn't make any sense. We've also established that the game does a terrible job at theming and varying architecture, so realistically, this could be in any of the districts. The two things that do stick out to me about this frame are the weird LED little sign things over here and the kind of movie theater aesthetic thing on this side over here. I mean, it gives me New York vibes. I'll give them that. It gives me New York vibes. New York is famous for many things, but Times Square is certainly one of them, and I mean, if you squint, I guess you could maybe think that this was like an attempt at Times Square. Like Market Mile, Times Square. Like, they sound very similar. So, is it Market Mile? It's Hedgemont. Do you see why I get so anal about this shit? The bland and sterile world that this game takes place in actively handicaps your enjoyment of the game. The map is fucking lame, okay? Not as lame as the dialogue, though.
We've put up a score for you to beat. Because, well, that's what we do. Hit it.
What?
I know you've got...
What?
With all the air you get skating transition, you'll definitely toss some spinning winners. Spin it, winner.
What do you even mean by that? What the fuck is a spinning winner?
That was crazy. You shredded the beep out of old Bonsky.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I set a target score to make you earn your rips on the way. Game it up. They say they want to keep it raw dog street, yo. Whatever that means.
No one said that, dude. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Ever fish a board out of the water? Get ready. The gaps here flow like water.
What? That's not a functioning sentence. That doesn't...
Ah, damn. What the hell are these birds eating? Concrete? Are you freaking kidding me? Jabronis leaving trash lying around? For real? Are the birds and jabronis working together? I was gonna say we're ready for the line challenge, but something tells me the jabronis and crows didn't stop here. Might behoove us to make sure the rest is clear. You know, this all kind of reminds me of teaching a wee Shingo how to skate, only you're actually good. Ooh, sizzle dingo burn.
The deck acquired some lumber and went nuts with the wooden whoop-de-doos here. You know why they're called that? Because some old guy said they make you yell, whoopee, when you ride or air them. Knowledge. Enough etymology. Let's get you ripping.
Shut up!
Don't forget to set that mighty...
You're all right to take
Shut up! Will you shut up? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I am completely convinced that every single line of dialogue in this video game was written by ChatGPT. And in the prompt, they were like, yeah, make this shit as lame as possible. Make it so that whoever plays this game has to resist the urge to blow their brains out the entire time.
Damn, this place stinks. No, literally. Used to be a cannery owned by this guy Herman Gelfand, but everyone just called him Stinky.
What's crazy is that they knew the dialogue sucked. They knew it. And I know that they knew it because they put in a feature to turn off V's dialogue.
Vocab education tip. Footy is short for video footage. Vocab education refresher. Footy is short for footage. I bet you didn't know Anchor Point is where the first residents of Sandvan landed. Story goes they saw seagulls flying over the crest of a cliff and figured that was as good a place as any to make landfall. Hence the name Gullcrest Village. Pretty low standards for choosing a home, but whatever. We've got a home, and it is heaven.
Who fucking wrote this shit, bro?
If you recognized during development that a character that you made up had the potential to be annoying, so much so that you thought it would be a good idea to put a setting in to turn them off, why didn't you just get rid of the fucking character? And listen, I wouldn't be sitting here bitching about the game's dialogue if the game didn't force you multiple times to listen to it. I swear to God, it's a mission objective. There are multiple times where the main mission objective is to sit around and listen to idiots talk. In a game about skateboarding. Cool, thanks. I didn't realize I was playing LA fucking Noire, you dick. I would have brought my journal.
Oh, come on, Unc. Just play the game, dude. Ignore all the missing features and the shitty dialogue and the shitty map. Just have fun with the game for what it is.
I am trying to have fun with it. It's just difficult when the game's painfully easy. And that's not me bragging. This game is beyond fucking casual. And the original 3 skate games were pretty casual too, but this is next level baby's first video game. Let's just take a look at Skate Period's challenges. There are 4 different types of challenges for you to complete. On the spot, session, line, and stunt challenges. On the spot is exactly how it is in the previous 3 skate games, but the score you have to reach is way too low, so kind of a downgrade. Stunt challenges are just Hall of Meat challenges, but without Hall of Meat, so completely pointless. I mean, the whole point of the Hall of Meat challenges back in the day were to see how badly you could fuck up your character by jumping off a building. Now you can't do that. So what is the point of these challenges? Jump off building, land on object, rinse and repeat. It's mind-numbingly boring. Session challenges are a joke. You have to complete a list of tricks and rack up a certain amount of score before time runs out. But they give you like probably 2 to 3 times the amount of time they should give you, and you can bail as much as you want. So what's the point? It's like the monkey with the typewriter thing. If you give me enough time and let me bail infinitely, I'll do any amount of tricks and rack up any amount of score you could ever possibly want me to. The line challenges are solid though, I'll say that much. You have to complete a list of tricks, do specific tricks on specific objects, and collect all these floating bearings? Bees? Then there's also the missions that you can do. They're tutorials. They're just tutorials. Every single mission is just another tutorial that explains to you the basics of the game. Not anything complex or hard to understand, the bare minimum basics. These missions are unlocked as you progress through the game. The only way to progress through this game is by completing challenges and opening up loot boxes. And don't worry, we'll get to the loot boxes. But those are the only 2 ways of progressing the game. So just to clarify how this system works, as a reward for progressing the game, i.e. playing the game, you unlock tutorials that explain to you how to play the game. To make it worse, the game asks you when you boot it up, hey, have you played Skate before? I said yes. I've been playing this franchise for at least 15 years. I have fond memories of Christmas morning, running downstairs, my brother's opening up presents to find that Skate was one of the things we got for Christmas, and we booted it up on the Xbox that morning and did free Skate at the community center. Like, I have such fond memories of this franchise because I've been playing it for 15 years, and you just asked me that, and I said yes. So if that's the case, why the fuck am I getting a goddamn tutorial on the basics of the game 20 hours in? This isn't a JRPG, okay? We're not playing Persona, we're playing Skate. I don't need to know how to do a manual 7 hours into the game. That's fucking stupid. If you want to tell me that, you tell me that at hour 1, not hour fucking 7. At one point, they fucking give you a tutorial on how to change the music. A tutorial. Not like a little text bubble that says, hey, feel free to put on whatever music you want by going to the music settings. No, it's a tutorial. A tutorial that you have to fucking play through to figure out how to turn the music off. What the fuck are we doing here, man? I mean, why are all these tutorials in the game? Is it because the game is woefully fucking undercooked? Is it because there's no goddamn content in the game, and the only way they had to stretch the length of the game out was to put in a bunch of stupid fucking tutorials to waste your time to make you think that there was more shit going on in this game than there actually is? I mean, the only other explanation is that the developers are actually brain dead. And I don't want to insinuate that because I'm not a dick. So it's either A, they knew the game wasn't ready, so they just stretched out what they had and rushed it together to meet some corporate deadline, or B, they don't know how to make a video game. But if the game isn't even ready for early access, then why are there microtransactions? Why is there a $30 Dead Space bundle? Seriously, what is this? Why is there a $30 Dead Space bundle? You're already not going to make any more Dead Space sequels. You've already come out and said that, because apparently the 4 really great games that everybody enjoyed just didn't make $1 gazillion. So you're canning it all. Why are you making why are you putting out a skin for it then? For this franchise that you know you're not going to bring back. Why are the handful of Skate brands that you actually have in the game hidden behind a fucking paywall? Oh, you want non-premium currency clothing, just regular, street clothes? Sorry, you got to open up loot boxes for that. You don't get to just buy them in a store with fake money. You have to open up loot boxes for that. And you have to open up the loot boxes individually, one at a time. And you have to wait through this dumbass screen where it says, "Congratulations!" every single time. You don't get to open up like 5 or 10 loot boxes at a time. You gotta do each individual one. It's almost like They knew the game had no fucking content, so they went out of their way to pad time in any way they could. Even down to the fucking loot boxes. It doesn't help that half the loot boxes are garbage. These are the worst loot boxes I've ever seen in my life. I don't even want to open this shit. It takes too long and it's full of fucking garbage. Like literal garbage. One of the loot boxes I opened had a fucking traffic cone in it. And that was it. I didn't get anything else, just a fucking traffic cone. What are we doing here, man? Like, this game doesn't even work as a live service game. Like, like, it's funny because it takes a certain kind of just ignorance to think that this would be acceptable. It takes a certain kind of ignorance and or just laziness to think that this would be acceptable. I'm floored once again. I'm fucking floored. I just want to dick around with the homies, man. I just want to play this multiplayer video game with my friends. And half the time, the game doesn't even let you do that because there's either server issues or, you know, sometimes if you join through Steam, the game might just crash.
So I joined you through Steam, and it's loading in right now. You might have to join through Steam. I take it back. That just crashed my game. So don't join through Steam. Don't join through Steam.
Sometimes you'll join your friends and they'll just be invisible. You can't see them. You know, for a multiplayer game that's banking on community interaction, having people be completely invisible on the screen, that's a tough sell. That's a tough sell, buddy. That's a tough sell. Oh shit, I totally just skipped a part of my script. They fucked up vert skating too, by the way. Just completely butchered it. You get no airtime whatsoever. Pumping doesn't even feel like it does anything half the time, and you lose all your speed so quickly when you come down on the quarter pipe. I mean, it's a joke. So many negatives. There's just so many negatives with this game. It's shocking. It's one of the worst first impressions I've ever had with any video game in my life. I guess we'll move on to the positives now. And there are positives, you know. I don't want to seem condescending or like I'm placating. Like, there are positives. And the first positive is that the game is free. And once again, I'm not trying to be condescending. Like, it's a good thing that this game is free. In our current economy and in our soon-to-be future economy, being able to play a multiplayer game with your friends for free, that's a positive. I don't care about the quality of the game. It gets bumped up a little bit for being a free-to-play game. And while they did fuck up the vert skating, the street skating feels great. It feels a little different than the previous skate games. I feel like your character is a little bit heavier. You don't get quite as much pop, but you get used to it pretty quickly, and it feels good. It feels good. The moment-to-moment tactile feel of the gameplay is good, which is a positive. And if anything feels off, you can just change it, because Skate Period has a fantastic list of settings that you can use to fuck around with the gameplay, make it feel more like a simulation, make it feel more arcadey. Perfect example, there's a pre-spin mechanic in this game where you have to manually kind of wind up, I guess like this, wind up your skateboarder when they go into a spin to like get more torque or whatever. I think it's stupid. I think it's a dumb, awful, annoying gameplay decision that slows down the game and is not rewarding to pull off. You can just turn that off and you can have them just jump and spin normally. And that's dope, because unlike V and the horrible fucking dialogue, I can see somebody playing this game and wanting that pre-spin mechanic to add some layered complexity to the game. Bonus points for the soundtrack of this game as well. I've seen a lot of people clowning this game's soundtrack online. Those people don't have good taste in music, because there are bangers in this game, a lot of bangers. It does lean a little too heavily into pop for my tastes, and it doesn't really feel like there should be a lot of pop music in a skate game, but it's good, man. There's just a lot of good fucking tracks in this game. And there's a lot of different eras and genres of music in the mix here too. I mean, you got Denzel Curry, Giorgio Moroder, the Meters are in this game, Bug Club are in this game, Horse Girl is in this game, Joey Valance and Bray are in this game. Like, none of these artists would ever be together on any kind of soundtrack that I've ever listened to in my life. So it's dope that this soundtrack does have all that variety. And, you know, like I said, I think the soundtrack's great. So big ups to Full Circle on that one. Good job. Like I said earlier, there are some sick spots in this game. Tri-Towers is dope. The parking lot mega ramp thing, if it didn't have the church directly next to it, would be dope. Rolling Wave Skate Park. Honestly think this should have been the first place that you go to where all the tutorials happen. Like, it's a really good, like, well-balanced beginner skate park. There's this one spot in the canal section where you have like this little quarter pipe ramp thingy that goes over the overpass. Me and the dog spent like an hour at this spot. It's a dope spot. And it was moments like this where I was like, okay, I see the vision. I see what these guys are going for. So yeah, I think I gotta put Skate in F tier. It's just not good enough. Like, it's just, I get that it's early access. I get that they're working on it. Like, for an early access game, there's just nothing here. There's no soul. There's no content. I think they've gotten off on the wrong foot in such a horrifically bad way. Like, I mean, sure, they could fix a bunch of the issues I have with this game and they can add a ton of content, but like, they got a lot of work to do, man. Like, this is a horrible gameplay experience, and that's not something I enjoy saying. Like, I really didn't want to make this video also because, like, I don't want this to be my channel. I don't want to just hop on here and dunk on games that are obviously dog shit. I don't want to punch down and beat up these video games that, at the end of the day, everyone kind of already can just look at it and go, hey, it's probably not that good. It just sucks, man. Like, this franchise means something to me. And I'm not saying that to be dramatic or to twist the dagger. No, just like, I really do love this franchise, and I love the games that have come before. And wow, I'm disappointed in Skate, period. I think I'm more disappointed that, you know, based on the reception this game's gotten already, unless they turn around quick, they're shutting this shit down in like a year. Once again, like, I maybe I should have tackled it more in the negatives section, but this game being a live service game is a negative. Any live service video game is, in my opinion, just worse than a regular video game, because with a regular video game, you buy it or you download it and you own it. You have it. No one can take that from you. If this game doesn't perform well, they can't turn around, and they don't make enough money off the $30 fucking Dead Space. $30 Dead Space skin. They're gonna shut the game down. They're gonna shut the game down, and the game won't exist anymore. That'll be it. That'll be the end of Skate forever, most likely. And I don't want that to happen. I want to love this game. I want to support this game. I want to support the developers. But it's just not a good experience playing this game. It's just not. And it's the type of game where the more hours you put into it, the less you get out of it. It's a game of diminishing returns. Like, I'm a pretty optimistic guy by modern societal standards, but they got their work cut out for them, dude. There's like a half-finished skeleton of a good game here. It's going to take them a minute before this even comes remotely close to being like a C-tier game. Not even as good as the original Skate games. Just a C-tier game. They got their work cut out for them.